Alright guys, so welcome back to Neo's Workshop. I'm going to be going over my Team War runs on both my alt account and my main account. So let's get right into it. And I'm going to be going through my alt accounts first, because they had the more interesting matches. And my main account, I faced, every single opponent I faced were 6,200 elo. So I just kind of overpowered all three of them, and there was not really any strategy. It was just kind of just steamrolling them. So now in this first game, I kind of started formulating how I was going to play the following three matches, because I did get one draw, so I played 4 games on my alt. So I couldn't rely on my legendaries like I did on my main account. So I had to rely mostly on Mr. Mackey. So his boost is extremely powerful, and it kind of just made all the pushes that I won with, you know, the reason why I won. So, because there was no way I was gonna win, or probably maybe mostly just get ties, which is the levels that I had. So you guys will be seeing this. But this first game was easy. Obviously the person's only a 4,400 elo. So even for my alt account, he had low levels. So there we saw that difference from a level 4. I'm sure he had a base level 4 Mackey compared to my max 5. So I'm boosting by 60 damage to all my units. His level 4 is only boosting 32, I think I saw. Yeah, 32 only. So that's a major difference, especially in TVT battles. So I thought Mimsy was going to be more important throughout all the games, but he was not. He barely did anything for me. I think this is one of the only times I ever played him, and it's just because I already had the win in the bag. So alright, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for the second game, this was actually the toughest opponent I had, primarily because he had the highest elo out of everybody. But the good thing was that I had already just about realized how I was going to play the game, so or this deck. So it wasn't as difficult as it could have been if it was my first game. So I just mainly relied on Mackey's boost, even on my new kit. That's something that cannot be underestimated. That can be pretty strong. And then I also noticed this: the Mimsy was more harmful to my opponent when they played him than anything. That was the most useful part of Mimsy in this deck. And then using that Incan as a backup to wipe out their defenses, that played a pretty important role. So having a maxed out level 2 Incan, even though he's still kind of weak, he was strong enough that he made that work and actually used his move again on him later on. I think to take the second bar, I do it too. But yeah, if you notice, this Mimsy, I just drew him maybe like 20 seconds ago or 30 seconds ago, or closer to the beginning of the match, and he stayed there the entire time. I never used him at all. So here I saw that he was gonna push with his Mackey, so I tried to prioritize on him, but that Bandita was I choked. I hesitated too much to play her. That could have probably been that could have probably gone my way a lot sooner, but thankfully I weakened them enough that when this happened and he took the first bar, it wiped out almost all his units. And it also helped that his Sharon was also level 4, because if she would have been higher than that, that might have been a problem. It could be that he has her higher, but maybe the team just didn't level her high enough, which was a big mistake. And then here, I understand sometimes using the staff for defense, but I feel like he should have had something to play to defend with instead of just a staff. So that was also, I mean, he was already behind on energy. He just put himself even deeper in that hole. So then again, Mackey on the new kid, just zapped the crap out of his Mephisto. And then he played Mimsy again. Like, I really didn't understand what he was trying to do with that. I mean, I understand that it can be a distraction, but that was really poorly executed, I guess. And then at this point, I had the win if I could just run out the clock. So I think he saw my elo and he figured it'd probably be an easy game. So, but he underestimated Mackey's boost and all that. So yeah, but after this game, I already knew Mackey is the way to go. Just build the pushes around him. All right, so that's game number 2. Let's move on. All right, guys. So this one was the much closer match, and it came at the hands of someone that's actually closer to my elo than my main account even. So, but it was just mainly mistakes that we both did. Primarily, I think my mistakes were probably worse than the minor stuff that he did. So we'll see. His Timmy was actually pretty handy for him. It was kind of annoying in some parts. So here pushing with the Mackey, he does the same thing. He pulls out that Mackey to give everybody his boost, and then he kind of just melts my push away. Still managed to get that bar, but again, the Mackey boost on the new kid is pretty ridiculous. It helps out a lot. So now I'm just trying to make sure that I kill that Mackey at all costs. Just make sure that he doesn't get him more than just 1 bar if he gets a bar. So I was able to defend this push here real quick. That was one of the annoying parts. One of the annoying instances where that Timmy helped him out a lot. So here was one of my mistakes. I probably should have just saved up that this energy on these 2 units and just saved it for another push. Just conceded that bar and just let it happen. But the TVT always tends to confuse me sometimes on certain plays where maybe I should hold back or not. That's why sometimes I also hesitate to play a certain card. And then this one, that exchange I thought was kind of bad on his side. Even though it does get him the second bar, I don't know. I wouldn't have wasted the Transmorgify on a Sharon. And we were tied, so it's not like he had to put too much pressure. He could still take his time, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, it paid off for him, so he probably saw something that I didn't see. So here I try to go for that sneak attack, putting the Mackey boost, and it kind of pays off because it gets the phone weak enough where I can take it with the Incan. So I'm sure that I can at least get a draw at this point because of that. But here, this Incan, I should have probably played him further back because once the blast goes off, I had no reason to have the Incan so close to the middle. So that could have probably been played better. Then he plays the Chaos, which Professor Chaos is still one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite, because he looks pretty dope, but also because he's just ridiculously useful and strong. So, but anyways, I barely get away on defending that push, and then that just, at this point I'm like, oh crap. This is getting serious. And so I figured this push didn't make it. There's only 40 seconds left. I might just have to go for the tie. So is what I end up trying to go for. He keeps trying to put units to sneak up on me by the side, but he puts them off just close enough that they don't go for the new kid. They go for the unit that I have out. He does it here again, I think with a Bandita. Yeah, there she is. And she like goes for Steward, but then doesn't, and then comes back again. And I was able to zap her. And then even trade on the Chaos. on the Professor Chaos. So that point was like, well, I guess we got a tie. So, but anyways, rather take a tie than lose the points. All right, let's go on to the next round. All right, so final fight on my alt account. I went into this one looking at his elo, and I'm like, oh shit, another 6200. It's gonna be tough again. And then,
Why?
I was like, oh crap, well, never mind. This should be a pretty easy game. There's just no reason to have a level 1 legendary tank. That's just not gonna do anything. Such a waste. So he already started the game. I mean, I have the staff, so I'm building energy, and then he just throws away 5 energy like that. I mean, his team and the players in that team just didn't want anybody to succeed. So this is probably the only good play. Professor Chaos again, coming out, dispensing an ass whooping to everybody. Just because everybody was weak enough. So, but then I push in here for the couple of bars. And again, keeping Incan as my in my back pocket to counter a defense. So I knew I'd take the first bar, so I just saved them for the second one, and it pays off. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure he gave up after this. Yeah, he already quit. So, anyways, I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Definitely, you know, like I just did there with Incan, keep him in your back pocket to counter a strong defense, just to wipe it out and secure, taking a bar, maybe 2. But primarily focus on, especially for all players that have lower legendaries, focus on using Mackey to power up your units. Don't underestimate that. In a defensive way, in a offensive way, it's just overall extremely powerful. So build your pushes around him, and again, be patient with your units. Don't waste them, like you saw me do a few times. Don't overextend yourself, because then you pay the price for it. I was able to manage a draw because my opponent also made some mistakes, but that's not usually the case. If you're playing against somebody good, they will take advantage of that 100% of the time. So anyways, guys, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you guys have any questions or any feedback, it's always appreciated. You guys let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. I am going to be playing the 3 games on my main account, so you guys can still see that. But like I said, I did steamroll everybody, thanks to the higher levels that I had. So, all right, see you guys next time.
Draw, compadre! Andale!